Hey, Chris Lipe here with Michael Jackson, Scream, the Multitracks. This one is amazing, and I'm so excited to get into it because there are so many aspects of this song that are not apparent at all upon listening to the song in its stereo form or watching the music video. Knowing a little bit of backstory about the collaboration between Michael and Janet, how it was produced, and the fact that there are parts in this song that were lifted or sampled from either other Michael Jackson songs or Janet stuff. It's really, really fun to hear in isolation. And like some of the other songs from this era, Tabloid Junkie, Too Bad, Jam, there's a lot that you just don't hear in the stereo mix. And some stuff that's in these multitracks that absolutely did not make it to the final, but is amazing to be able to hear here, especially in light of the anger and torment, frustration that both Michael and Janet were going through during the production and just before the production of this song. This is a singing channel. I teach people how to sing, and that's one reason I get to break down stuff like this and have it exist on the channel. There's no better way to learn about what your voice can do than by studying other people's singing and through inspiration, putting those ideas into your own voice. If you'd like help with your voice and finding out what it can really do, click the link below and join my free voice course. All right, let's do this. Major props to Jimmy and Terry for putting this stuff together and using, original loops, original sounds, keyboard performances, as well as, like I'm going to show you, lifting things strategically from other works and putting them in and making them fit in a really cool, sort of messy way. All right, here's the bass percussion layers. Okay. Notice the pitch in there? I think that's really neat. I love that kind of thing. Excellent, gritty, girthy, cool sounds. But this really gets interesting when we recognize this track. Check it out. Knowledge loop. Okay, and then here, you guessed it.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Knowledge loop is lifted directly from Janet Jackson Knowledge, and they've put it in here and to make it work. I messed with it just enough. That's what good sampling, that's what good arranging does. And, okay, another interesting thing. Oh, let's listen here as we put it in with the rest of what's going on. You wouldn't really go, oh yeah, that's from Knowledge. You wouldn't do that unless you heard it like this. So cool. This glass break loop is from In the Closet. Oh. Now, if that's not cool enough, check out these beatboxing loops that, again, like a lot of the other mixes, you just don't hear. You sense them, but you don't really hear them. We're going to start with the MJ loop 1. Okay, check this out. Okay, now we're going to do loop 2. That's pretty cool. And loop 3, I mean, really sliced up. Much more sliced up than 1. There's a reason for that. Michael Jackson beatboxing loops 2 and 3 are also from In the Closet. And number 1, I think it's there too. I think it's from In the Closet. It's interesting how they were so much more slicey with 2 and 3, but they're still, it's definitely a sampled loop. But it's got all his signature, those, percussive plosives and the inhale breaths and so cool. But you put this together with the stuff that was written custom for the song, and you get this edgier, messier, unrefined, sound that is at the same time so clean and perfect. You don't really get that unless you do this. Let's lift from here, let's lift from there, let's do this. This is a unique sound. That cool syncopation in there, and then let's bring in the prominence of the knowledge loop right here. So cool. The guitars are also quite interesting to me on this. And wow, did they make the most of fake guitars. Listen to these. The way they interact back and forth, it's just so cool. Listen. Triggered, looped, sampled, keyboards. Combining some of these with the other keys. That's pretty special. Okay. Check it out here. Various keys. To the not too trained ear, and I would include myself in this, I wouldn't necessarily pass this off as keys. In isolation, sure. And check out the strings here. It says strings. That's neat sounding though. Lots of various samples and there we go. There's the strings. They just subbed in. They're comped. The correct word is summed. Sorry. Now we get to dive into the vocals. And if you saw the Janet documentary some years back, you'll know that Michael and Janet were having this interaction, and Michael was like, "Man, I want that black cat sound out of your voice. I want Mean Janet for this. And it's really fun to hear Janet and Michael's interplay here on this track in isolation. You get a sense for this, especially watching the video, of, there's the hoots and the hollers and the rhythmic things that they both do. But when you get to hear it without all the other music in there, it is extra genius. The way they pocketed between each other and arranged things. Also, the group vocals, there's some imperfections, and there's some hidden Easter eggs here that... Okay, let's just get into it. Shuffling. Interesting. But even like that right here, right? You've got this, Michael's doing this rhythm thing. And then Janet comes in on the upbeat. Michael's signature, stomping and full body vocal performance, right?
I'm tired of injustice. I'm tired of the scheme. Lies are disgusting. So what does it mean, Daddy? Well, kicking me down. I got to get up. Check that it sounds. The whole system sucks, Daddy.
Oh, the way that the mic proximity, you can tell he's just dancing around. Also, there's not intermittent groove, but sometimes he lets up on that foot, but you can tell the groove is in his body, not in his foot. But this mic proximity thing's awesome. Like, he's just dancing around and hooting and hollering away from the mic here.
The whole system sucks, Daddy.
Big in the shadow, I come into the light. You tell me I'm wrong, then you better prove you're right. You're selling out souls, but I care about mine. I've got to get stronger, and I won't give up the fight.
This is what I'm talking about right here. I mean, first of all, there's this grit to Janet that is being transferred from Michael here. But this part right here, this is Michael.
Care about mine. I've got to get strong.
The mine and the it is so one voice and so in the pocket. What's even more amazing about it is you don't really hear or see Michael do anything else. He's keeping time, he's keeping groove, and then he comes through just right there for that one little moment. Yeah, he's supporting here with some groove.
You tell me I'm wrong, then you better prove you're right. You're selling out souls, but I care about mine. I've got to get stronger, and I won't give up the fight.
With such confusions, don't it make you wanna scream?
Make you wanna scream.
You're bash abusing, victimized within a scheme.
Oh, these interactions here are just priceless. Listen to the bleed in Michael's mic here. Okay, and then back here. Shuffling papers. Next part of the song. Cool stuff. But this right here.
You're bash abusing, victimized within a scheme.
It's those things. It's the woos and stuff like that that really make me smile.
You're trying to cope with every lie they scrutinize.
Somebody please have mercy, cause I just can't take it. Stop pressuring me, just stop.
Okay, now these unison parts, the saturation, the blending of their voices, I mean, not to get cheesy, but total brother-sister awesomeness here, right? Like, they sound the same and different and...
Somebody please have mercy, cause I just can't take it. Stop pressuring me, just stop pressuring me, just stop pressuring me.
Big boss.
And that... Like, that sort sort of thing that's happening where you have the whoo and the downbeats happening, and it's so spontaneous yet so locked in.
Stop pressuring me.
Big boy, scream.
Stop pressuring
me. Just stop.
You just stop doing that.
Stop pressuring me. Big.
You just stop.
Okay, now listen to this. These are some of the Easter egg things that you don't hear.
Pressuring me. Stop pressuring me. Stop pressuring me. Stop.
Okay, listen in the context of Michael's line, his lead line.
Stop pressuring me. Just stop pressuring me. Just stop pressuring me.
Very, very subtle additions where he's breathing or clapping or slapping or something in slightly different places than the lead line, but it really begins to be magical when you combine all three of these, because the syncopation's just, it's like, I don't know how that's really happening.
Me. Just stop.
You just stop doing that.
Stop pressuring me.
You just stop. I'm tired of your dealing.
Let's listen to some of these background vocals real quick. Beautiful.
Pressuring me. Stop pressuring me. Make me wanna scream. Stop pressuring me. Just stop pressuring me. Stop pressuring me. Make me wanna scream.
Okay, and then you've got these, right? The wonderful harmonies.
Your back's abusing.
Notice how not perfectly in tune those vocals are. This is part of why this track and a lot of tracks produced in this era and before, but especially in this era, because things were so layered. You were getting a lot more tracks, a lot more capabilities in terms of, subtle digital manipulation, and you could stack things. But it wasn't so easy to just make everything perfect. Quantization really wasn't part of like analog signals, and pitch correction was way more difficult. You'd have to speed things up or slow them down or run them through convoluted digital things to make it work. And so what you're left with here is, oh, no, this is good, this is raw, and they leave it in. And then again here. Wow. Okay. Now, listen to this one more time.
Pressuring me. Stop pressuring me.
Big boy, scream.
Stop pressuring me. Just stop. You just stop doing that.
Stop pressuring me. Big.
This is how you and I know this part. I wonder which part was recorded first. This.
Stop pressuring me. Just stop pressuring me.
Or this.
Stop fucking with me. Just stop fucking with me. Stop fucking with me. Make me wanna scream. Stop fucking with me. Just stop fucking with me. Stop fucking with me. Make me wanna scream.
They get it in there once, but you can see it is the whole way through. It is everywhere where this other part is. Since getting these, I have listened to the main mix over and over again, and it's not there. If it is there, it is so low they just put it in to spite. You don't hear it. What's interesting is when you put them together, and this is what I thought maybe they had done. They did something like, put this in.
Get it! Stop pressuring me. Just stop pressuring me. Just stop pressuring me.
Big boy, scream.
Stop pressuring me. Just stop. You just stop doing that.
You can put it at a level here, and you can bring it in and out where you get that upbeat thing that this line has that the pressuring line does not have. Listen to the difference in rhythm.
Stop fucking with me. Just stop fucking with me. Stop.
The upbeat da, and then you put them together.
Stop fucking with me. Just stop fucking
Is it there? Is it not? Super interesting and cool to hear this, like, what's not there, or maybe is it? That's what I love about working through some of this stuff.
Do this. I'm tired of your telling the story your way. You cause the confusion. You think it's okay, Debbie?
You're changing the rule, wire. I keep playing the game. I could take you much longer. I think I might go insane.
The call and response here is just amazing. It's, again, so spontaneous, yet you know it's not spontaneous. You know they've rehearsed this and planned this and you know, gone over this hundreds of thousands of times probably. But they make it feel spontaneous even though it's so calculated and genius.
Make me wanna scream.
With such confusion, don't it make you wanna scream?
Make you wanna scream.
You bash, abusing, victimized within the scheme.
Scheming bad. You find your pleasure scandalizing every lie.
Oh, Father, please have mercy, 'cause I just can't take it.
Soul. I love how it distorts too.
Oh, Father, please have mercy, 'cause I just can't take it.
Oh.
Just stop
Busting
stop
with
your
me.
pressure.
Just stop busting with me. Stop busting with me.
Now listen here.
Stop fucking with me. Just stop fucking with me. Stop fucking with me. Makes me want to scream. Stop fucking with me.
And then listen to Michael.
Stop your pressure. Stop pressuring me. Stop pressuring me. Woo! Woo! Stop your breath. Stop your pressure.
Stop fucking with me. Makes me want.
So even the initial comp leads are different.
Oh my God, can't believe what I saw as I turned on the TV.
Oh my
This
God.
evening, I was disgusted by all the injustice, all the injustice.
All the injustice.
Oh, the weeping, right?
Yeah.
With such delusions, don't it make you wanna scream?
Make you wanna scream.
You bash your abuse
Make you wanna scream.
in the scheme.
You're trying to cope with every lie they scrutinize.
Oh, brother, please have mercy, 'cause I just can't take it, no.
I love how they get more and more free and off and ad-libby as the song goes on. That's another thing that is more unique to this era. It's just like they are screaming. They're wearing their emotions on their sleeves. They're frustrated. You can tell that there's so much genuine feeling and realness in this track, partially because of the way it was produced and, you know, things were kind of pieced together, but partially because they're angry and this is their response. This is just so neat to see this level of vulnerability that you don't see, you don't hear, and it's sort of mixed away.
Just stop pressuring me. Just stop pressuring me.
Stop pressuring me. Makes me want to scream. Stop pressuring me. Pressuring me.
Pressure.
Yeah. Makes me
Make you wanna scream.
Stop pressuring me.
Stop. Stop your pressure. Stop.
Yeah. Makes me want to scream. Stop.
Blame it on yourself. Just stop. Ain't nobody fault.
Stop pressuring me. Makes me want to scream. Stop pressuring me.
All the ad-libs are just priceless, just priceless.
Stop. Blame it on yourself. Just stop. Stop doing that. Stop. Stop doing that.
Me
Scream.
Stop
pressuring me.
Just
You can hear Michael's voice. I wonder, I mean, I know this is a comp, you know, but you can see it even in the waveform when you zoom out and take a look at the whole comp. Look at how much louder he is here than here. His mic proximity has changed. His voice is tired. You can tell that they've done a lot of this front to back just by looking at the waveform and listening to his performance here towards the end. He's a lot grimier and grittier towards the end here. He is spent.
Oh, blame it on yourself. Stop just doing me dirty. Stop doing bad. Baby doing dirty.
Stop
pressuring me.
Just stop
pressuring me.
Just stop pressuring me. Makes me want to
Stop your
scream.
pressure.
Wow, wow, wow. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end, for going through this and discovering new things about this song. This era, Michael Jackson, came out when I was really starting to embrace my own musical tastes. And so it's extra special to me. Like, this era is what sticks with me the most. And to be able to dive into things that have been there in some form from the very beginning, from its very inception, and to know how things have come together, oh, it's just so special. I'm glad you could share this with me. Again, if you'd like more help with your own voice in any way, shape, or form, click that link below and join my free voice course. Be sure to check out my playlist of extensive Michael Jackson multi-track analysis videos. We'll see you for more.